Hello, Deep Mindfulness Collective. This right here, right now. This is a joy being a live stream coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York. Folks, welcome. Great to be here with you as always. Lovely to spend a little bit of time with you, to meditate, to talk, to chit-chat, to hang out, to have a good old jolly time. We get to share this moment. I just want to appreciate the fact that we get to share this particular moment, which is, listen folks, if you've been here any time, any amount of time, you know that this is my favorite moment. Hands down, categorically. You might think I say that all the time. I don't. It is actually this moment. That's my jam. Very happy to spend this live stream with you. And the reason why this moment is my favorite is because you're here. Okay, folks. What's very exciting? Okay, hit me in the chat with, where are you at? What are you grateful for? Beep, up, up. I have so much to be grateful for. Well, that's too generic. I was going to say friends and loved ones. That looks like friends times loved ones. What am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Oh, very lucky bout of good sleep. I had great sleep last night, which I really should not have, because I made the I was going to say executive decision, certainly not that executive, but it was last night and I was just excited about things and bopping around and reading things and what have you. And I stayed up until late. I stayed up until 3 in the morning, my time. I was like, okay, I'm going to pay for this tomorrow. And then this is not usually, my body just like wakes up at a time, and that's just like, that's the price I pay for whatever, having a body, wanting a matcha. You got to pay the piper. And but the point of it all is that I just slept through my first appointment this morning. Luckily, very luckily, I haven't done that in a very long time. It was not nothing I really had to be at. It was sort of optional. But that means I got pretty good sleep. So, grateful for lucky good sleep. Folks, where are you at? What are you grateful for? What are we doing today? We are meditating. We are hanging out. We're having a good time. And hit me in the chat if you're new here. Say hello, and we'll go from there. I could just startle everyone and start the meditation right now, because people would come on board and be like, what? I should have come earlier. But usually we banter a tiny bit at the beginning. At least a couple mins. Let's see here. Okay. Today we're talking about splitting and merging with reality. I want to guide a practice today that I was guided in recently, which I loved and I enjoyed quite a bit, related to a sort of different approach around ways of experiencing non-duality. I have to ask the person who I work with what the tradition of non-duality they were referring to was, because there's many traditions, and it's interesting. You get little details about what the background is. I got to email this person, ask them about that. Okay. And we're off. Okay, folks, let's actually begin this meditation. Let's do it. Let's practice. Let's meditate for 25 whole minutes. Find yourself a nice, comfy, seated posture. Find that posture. And let's roll. Let's roll out of here. Oh, folks, so I'm thinking, if we do book club, I know we've been threatening to do book club for a long time. If we do book club, the book I'm thinking about now is Rob Burbia's book, Freeing That Seas. I think that's the opposite. I think it's Seeing the Freeze. But Freeing That Seas, I think, is a good book title, too. That'll be our book we'll write collectively. Thinking about doing that one. Seems like a good jam. But right now we're going to meditate for 25 whole minutes. Find a comfortable posture that you can maintain for the duration of the sit. Allow your knees to be lower than your hips in order to let your hips rest in a slightly forward tilted manner, not like a mansion manner, just like a way of being. Let your hips rest in that slightly forward tipped manner so that you can maintain posture the entire time. And when you're ready, we will begin. Give me 1 second here. Oops, that was a mistake. I need to clear my throat a little. Let me turn the mic off so I can really... Check, okay. Okay, folks, let's do it. Okay. Beginning by taking a few comfortable deep breaths. Just feeling the body rise and fall. Each time we begin meditation, we begin with the momentum of all of the previous moments. This is what's referred to as cause and effect. The mind that we entered into the meditation with is the one that we're discovering in this moment. So as we move through the body, as we relax physically, noticing the kind of mind that you are experiencing, whether it's moving extra fast or overly slow. Often simply noticing this is enough awareness to cut through that delusion. So starting at the top of the head, relax the brow. Relax the muscles behind the eyes. Allow the face to go smooth. Relax the back of the tongue. And let the jaw go slack. Relax the neck and the shoulders. Relax the arms. And relax the hands. Letting go of any attempt to control the breath, letting the body breathe as it will. Relaxing the belly and the lower back. The hips and the upper legs. The knees, calves, ankles, and relaxing the feet. And then relaxing all of the body together. And beginning in open position, meaning allowing the mind to take in everything in our experience as one soft category, what we refer to as the whole. Noticing that if we do this, if we open up to all of the objects, all of the experiences, all of the detail as one big category, this category we call whole, that category has a tendency to pull apart the ordinary experience of our sense of self and world, space, even time. So noticing that there's either this sort of, you could say, deconstructed space where everything is, this is sort of raw awareness experience, or there's little experiences. For instance, I'm hearing some drilling in the background where I am. That's a small experience compared to the overall. The whole, the totality, is a kind of combine that pulls apart the ordinary separation, self and world, subject object. This is the open, spacious awareness that sees through difference, and then at times we'll be distracted by the part of the mind that does see difference, that sees details. Not a problem, just the mind carving up our world. Today I'd like you to attend, when observing the whole, to its tendency to pull apart, to soften the edges of, to see through the seeming solidity of experience. So this is what we're looking for in our whole open experience. And when the mind is pulled to some part, any local sensation or sound or any particular thought, I'd like you to be less concerned with what the particular experience is, but notice the part as a kind of localization, as though the mind were cutting through space to create an object. There's a kind of cutting and merging dance occurring. Noticing which feels easier, simpler, which feels more freeing. The way the mind will merge with any and all things, or when the mind is pulled into its laser-like focus, as though it's cutting through the fabric of awareness to produce objects. At any moment, simply noticing which one is the mind doing. And making a slight shift, letting go of that portion of the practice. I'd like to bring your attention into the head itself, between the ears, behind the eyes. So for us spatially, this might almost feel like it's behind us, but it's just behind where we normally will seat the self. Typically, the expressive self is planted just behind the eyes or somewhere in the head. We're just going to look a little bit back, so between the ears, the center of the skull. And not just putting attention there, I'd like you to see if you can detect sensations in that area. Of course, this is in the actual gray matter of the brain itself. So there may not be a ton of detail, but just bringing our attention there as a point. breathing in to that point. Allowing the breath to become smooth, even. And now moving down to what is sometimes called the heart center. So this would be in the center of the chest. Around the height of the heart, although we're in the center. And I'd like you to hold these 2 points together. The point that's behind the eyes, between the ears, and the point in the heart. Keeping in mind that the point in the heart center is as thin as a hair. Very, very subtle. You may notice if you find the right place between the point in the mind, point in the head, and point in the heart center, it'll seem as though the experience can light up. Clarity can simply land. And of course, the mind can't truly hold 2 points at once. But awareness can move pieces all over the game board without a problem. So we're effectively letting awareness feel these 2 places in the body together. Just knowing it's completely possible for this alignment to occur. If it's a struggle, just know that that's a belief. There is a way of perceiving that's easy, aligned, bright. Letting go of these 2 places, I'd like you to move Now into the torso below the belly button, to a spot that is, let's say, about 3 inches below the navel. Balancing attention and awareness in order to stay with this area in the body. Of course, the mind can be distracted at times, and that's not a problem. That's nature, so we're simply coming back. And now, introducing the previous 2 points, holding all 3 together. One reason this can feel challenging is it can be ungrounding. But remembering, in order to do this, we are investing in the experience of the body. This is a body process, not just a mind process. Once again, attending to the point only between the ears. Attending only to the heart center. Attending only to the lower abdomen. Looking for the place that can stabilize the mind on those sensations. including the heart center. Once more. And now including all three. Recognizing that in order to do this, there's a kind of letting go that needs to occur. We naturally let the mind find these experiences, bring them together, rather than using attention to try to hold each one. That cutting part of the mind can't do it. The awareness part of the mind does it easily with delight. But in order for that to happen, often our ordinary sense of space will collapse. So allowing a little bit of light to enter the eyes. Eventually allowing the eyes to rest on a single point as they fully open. Letting the openness of seeing expand the openness of awareness. Letting that openness of awareness once again hold our three grounding points. And in this way allowing this particular moment to be the great teacher. It shows us how we might bring this practice into every aspect of our life. Okay. So doing any adjustments you need to allow the body to be comfortable. Okay. What on earth was that experience like? Hear that, matcha? That's not a radio signal breaking up. That is a foamy matcha. Folks, I have an appointment I'm going to run right into pretty soon. So hit me with any reports, questions, comments, queries, quandaries, challenges, or concerns, and we'll go from there. I'm going to open up the Discord in case you're not aware. That exists. And then you can jump on and we're going to chit chat like kitty cats. But P.S. folks, is hit me with either a written report, what that was like, or if you have any questions or comments, queries, you can jump onto the Discord, which I'll open now. We should call it the Dave Scored, because Dave's a very steady participant here on the Discord itself. Oops, I'm still in I was in there since yesterday. Continue without starting. Okay, well, maybe I was here the whole time. Okay, well, here we are. We're back. Folks, what was that like? What happened? What do you like now? What's new? What's happening in this world? Hit me with your best shot. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, folks, so what's going on? What happened? What are you like now? And we'll go from there. That was a meditation I was guided in recently. I thought it was a very interesting way to show kind of non-duality, where you sort of set up a duality, and then by taking two dualities and putting them together, you just see that they break apart. I thought that was a lovely demonstration. Very good times. There's a very simplified version of this that you can do. This is one of the ways that I'll teach Nama and Rupa, is if you feel the sensations of your hands, right? You feel like, okay, this is clearly my right hand, this is clearly my left hand, and then observe the touch sensations in your hand and notice that there's actually no gap between the touch sensations. If you're just following touch sensation, sort of follow it in the mind, follow it, and come out to the surface of the hand. Notice that the next thing that's in contact with them as far as touch sensation is more touch sensation, and there's no gap as far as touch between the hands. So if you feel that, you can now feel you're breaking down Nama. Good times, folks. Good times. That is awareness breaking through the very fabric that holds together our perceptual reality in 10 seconds. Okay, folks, looks like everyone is a little bit chilling out in the background. No problem, no pressure. I should probably go take care of my puppy. So, hang out, have a good time. I bet you everyone's gonna hit me with their reports as soon as I put on the outro music. But I do have to run pretty soon. We'll be back here in fewer than 48 hours. Love to see you soon. It's Freaky Friday next time. And what that means is we're going to be doing a custom meditation based on your interest, opportunities, and needs. Folks, listen to this music. The drilling's starting. Too bad we didn't have that for the stream. We need drilling during the stream, don't we? Let's see here. Yeah, folks, listen to that music. Listen to it jam away. And take in that music as its own object, recognizing the mind sees it as its own sort of experience. And let that mix with all of your other senses. Let that merge the experience inside and outside. Let that merging show us that the mind is constantly producing and dividing and splitting the world, reuniting it in this way. And in this way, letting this particular moment be the great teacher that shows us how we might bring this practice into every aspect of our life. Okay, folks, have a lovely day. Bye. Oh, wait. Before I say that, I want to say, as always, practice well, take care of each other. Have fun, and we'll see you all very, very soon. And now,